In our first news tonight, a single deal just shocked the tech world. Nvidia, the $4.5 trillion AI giant, is putting $100 billion into OpenAI to build 10 gigawatts of GPU superpower, enough energy to match 10 nuclear reactors. This is the biggest AI infrastructure bet ever made, and it could decide who controls the next era of superintelligence. The letter of intent is quite clear. As OpenAI builds out each gigawatt of compute, Nvidia will invest until a staggering 10 gigawatts of Nvidia systems are online. The first gigawatt goes live in the second half of 2026 on Nvidia's brand new Vera Rubin platform. Jensen Huang called it the biggest infrastructure project in history. Sam Altman said, compute will always be the basis for the economy of the future. This isn't just about selling chips, it's about building the backbone of tomorrow's intelligence. Let's put this in perspective. A giant hyperscale data center is usually 50 to 100 megawatts. Musk's XAI supercluster, 150 megawatts. This deal, 10,000 megawatts. That's actually an energy footprint normally reserved for powering entire countries. We are talking millions of NVIDIA GPUs running as one massive AI power grid dedicated to building models that could out-reason humans. For years, OpenAI relied on Microsoft and Oracle for compute, and now even Google. Now, with NVIDIA investing directly, the chip maker moves from supplier to strategic co-builder. Hardware networking and model optimization will be co-designed so AI models and NVIDIA's next-gen silicon evolve together. This deal gives OpenAI a second backbone beyond Microsoft and locks NVIDIA into the most compute-hungry customer on the planet. It's vertical integration at a scale the AI industry has never seen. This comes as no surprise to all of us. A few days ago, OpenAI CFO Sarah Fryer said this: biggest thing we face is being constantly under compute, end quote. She compared the current AI boom not to a fleeting sugar rush, but to the early days of railroads and electrification, warning that even after the Stargate announcement, demand for GPUs and power is still outpacing supply. Nvidia's $100 billion shot of fresh compute is essentially the exact antidote she was hinting at, the kind of mega scale infrastructure needed just to keep OpenAI's growth and next gen models on track. 10 gigawatts is not a simple engineering challenge, it's actually a national grid project. Where will all that electricity come from? Nuclear, renewables, a mix of everything. Cooling millions of GPUs will demand new water and energy strategies. Governments will need to sign off on grid connections that actually rival national infrastructure projects. Nvidia and OpenAI aren't just building data centers, they're actually reshaping how the planet powers intelligence. Adding to the clean power drumbeat, Sam Altman backed Oklo has teamed up with data center infrastructure giant Vertiv to build nuclear powered cooling systems for hyperscale AI facilities. Their plan? Place Oklo's small modular reactors right next to massive data centers, feeding both carbon free electricity and high efficiency steam, cooling directly into the racks. With a customer pipeline already topping 14 gigawatt and the first 75 megawatt Aurora powerhouse slated for 2027, the partnership signals how nuclear energy is moving from backup option to the frontline solution for the AI compute boom. Meanwhile, India is fast becoming the frontline of the global AI infrastructure war. We have covered this very extensively on Front Page, where OpenAI is scouting sites for a 1 gigawatt hyperscale data center fortress in India, big enough to rank among Asia's largest and potentially the next hub in its $500 billion Stargate project. With user growth in India quadrupling over the past year, and the government's India AI mission chasing a sovereign stack of 29,000 GPUs, the stakes are geopolitical. Reliance has already announced a 3 gigawatt Nvidia powered AI campus in Jamnagar, and OpenAI is in talks with Indian giants like Reliance for local partnerships. A Stargate landing here could either accelerate India's AI ambitions or tether its future to a US led AI stack. Exactly the kind of East West showdown now shaping the future of intelligence. AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure now face a huge choice: match the scale or risk being outgunned. AMD and the Intel see the GPU gap widen overnight. Startups and enterprises will feel the shockwave too. OpenAI already serves 700 million weekly users. 10 gigawatts of compute means bigger, faster, more multimodal models that will make today's ChatGPT look like the beta version of what's coming. Skeptics call it an AI money loop. Oracle books $300 billion cloud contract with OpenAI, buys Nvidia GPUs. Nvidia invests $100 billion back into OpenAI. Cash spins while leverage builds. Supporters say this is exactly how every tech revolution starts, with bold infrastructure bets like the internet and the global telecom backbone. All eyes are on the first Vera Rubin gigawatt in 2026, where it's built, how it's powered, and how efficiently it runs will show if this is sustainable vision or overreach. Regulators from Washington to Brussels will weigh in on grid stability and national security. Cloud rivals will rush to announce their own multi gigawatt projects. Developers everywhere will wait to see how quickly this 10 gigawatt dream turns into usable intelligence. Jensen Huang says this: "Everyone I know uses ChatGPT. Humanity has never wired this much power into intelligence before. What comes online in 2026 could redraw the map of who shapes the future." The question is no longer if AI changes the world, but who owns the grid it runs on.